guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Future Trading with Mike. Today is July the 31st. We are wrapping up the month, getting ready to jump into the month of August, starting tomorrow, which is a brand new trading week, brand new trading month. Appreciate everyone who's tuned in, watching this video. Thank you to everyone who's currently subscribed, and to everyone who has already clicked on that little bell icon. That will make sure that you never miss one of the uploads here to the channel. So I highly advise that if you're looking for some good content that you can watch, you want to follow someone that pretty much, shares their story, shares their, their live recorded sessions, or where you can watch me trade. If you're interested or you do trade the future markets, you found the right channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're a newcomer especially, you can go back and spend some time and watch. I have tons of videos on the channel to where you can watch the strategy that I use to trade the ES futures, which is the Emini S&P 500. Not saying you have to trade that particular market. You can use this, the way I trade, strategy, how I trade. You can use it to trade any particular market. So what's a tip that I can leave you with? A tip that I can give you, provide you. If I could give you one solid tip, that would really help most people out who are maybe beginner traders. Maybe you're, I'm not gonna say experienced or pro traders, because if you're at that level already, you got something solid that's working for you already. And you should be consistent in your trading each and every day. So I guess this goes out to those who are really trying to start learning how to trade. They've been trading maybe for a while and they're consistent, but they really want to, probably trying to look for something that gives them a better edge. And I'm just going to say this, guys. This is the way I trade. And if, I'm not telling you to trade like this, but if you don't know about it, just do a little research about it. And that is supply and demand trading. Okay? All right, simple strategy that I use. Supply and demand is a style of trading in itself. But then you can take that style of trading, supply and demand, and make a little strategy of your own. And I have done so. I've tweaked things over time, over the years, to where supply. I dug deep, read about supply and demand, understood why it's so profitable, why it works out. So I just kind of, formalized a strategy that works for me, because I spent a lot of time, just like you guys, watching videos, reading material, gathering content, putting together a trading plan. So, you'll see as you go down that path over time that whatever strategy you use, it doesn't have to be supply and demand, but the strategy, the style of how I trade is supply and demand. Like I just said, I formulated a strategy surrounding supply and demand that works for me, and I try to stick with that. And I recommend you guys, whatever you do, trade, whatever strategy you trade, to stick with it. If it's consistent and it works, stay with it. So, the thing that really unlocked the door for me, because I talk about financial freedom in a sense, the thing that really unlocked the door and unlocked my eyes to really say, for me to really see, and for me to say, okay, this is the moment here. I see why people trade this particular style, and that is trading supply and demand. If you don't know much about supply and demand, guys, learn about it. I'll simply just say this in this video. Supply and demand are areas, okay? Supply, starting one. Supply is an area where there is aggressive selling in the market, and look for those areas. So as we are following and understanding market structure, following price action. So first we're reading market structure. Okay, we want to see what price has done. We want to see the building blocks of what price maybe has done the last session, the last two sessions, okay? And once we understand that and kind of from a bias or direction what the market has is showing us and it's telling us which way to trade in a sense, then we start following price action during the session, right? Okay, so then we're starting to, your eyes should immediately go to areas on your chart, okay? On your chart, to where there are areas of supply. Supply, like I say, you're looking to see where are there areas. Okay, you see the areas of resistance, but where is the area of supply where the move actually started at? The original or beginning place where the movement to the downside started to curve and price started swinging down, making lower lows and lower highs, or lower highs and lower lows, I should say. Okay, so we look for those areas, and we want to take those trades once price moves up to an area of supply, and we notice that area and we see it. You got to question yourself. Okay, is there a lot of selling that took place in this area? Is this a high probability area to trade from? So you want to look for aggressive areas when you're dealing with supply, where there's aggressive selling, where there's lots of selling coming out of a swing, or whatever the case is, to the downside as price is breaking through structure to the downside. And when I say also making structure means if it's moving to the downside, making lower lows and lower highs and breaking prior structure where price is moving to the upside. Now that price is coming down, it's breaking that structure, okay, as it's coming down to the downside. And then we look for the pullback, right? We look for the pullback on a lower time frame, but we want to first identify that area of supply, okay? That area of supply where the market, where there's aggressive selling that took place, meaning a lot of sellers stepped into the market, placed orders, and a lot of transactions happen in that area. And if you pay attention to volume profile, you'll see, whether it's you pay attention to your composite profile, your daily profile, or you draw a little micro range profile, whatever the case is, you're going to see an area where there's a high, if it's an aggressive area where lots of selling took place at, you're going to see where there was a nice volume or a bulb or a nice area of volume or node that actually built in that area. And that will kind of tell you, price leaves behind a footprint to let you know that's a solid aggressive area where selling came out of, okay? And then on the flip side, you do the same thing when you're looking for areas to buy, You start to see where prices on your chart. When you look at your chart, you see areas where the market was making higher highs and higher lows, okay, as it was swinging to the upside, making structure and breaking structure. As you see that, you start to pay attention. You have to pay attention to areas coming back down beneath you as you're looking down where price can pull back to see big, decent swings where a lot of buying came out of, aggressive buying, as price was shooting up to the upside, okay? And that volume profile, that's how I use it. That volume profile kind of, it leaves a footprint behind it. It shows you, oh, there's a significant area of volume here, okay? Yep, there's a lot of buying that came out of this area. So price comes back to that area. You let price come back to that area within, that swing, okay? Within that swing where the move started at, where the aggressive buying took place at, and then you wait for the rejection to go long, okay? So that's simply it in a nutshell. All we're doing is looking for aggressive areas where lots of selling took place, supply, and aggressive areas where lots of buying took place, demand, okay? And okay, so once you understand that, then like me, I started to formulate a strategy around the supply and demand, okay? All right, because we all try to gain that edge of how we should trade a particular strategy, okay? All right, so, you may watch my videos and sit here and say, all right, well, I understand what supply and demand is. I understand how, how Mike trades the strategy used, but I want to take what I knew or I had known from the past and learn and kind of incorporate that into using supply and demand, into my own trading style. And maybe it works for you. And that's what I did, I started like the pullback method, whatever the case is, but looking for rejections from and looking at the higher time frame, scaling down. So I don't jump in off the higher time frame. I like to see price moving to an area of supply and demand. Then what I do is I like to see on my lower time frame chart, I'll wait. Is price going to pull back to that area? If it does, I'll wait for the rejection, then the pullback. So it's simply that, to me, that's the way I trade, whatever the case is. I try to keep my trading simple. I don't like to get too technical with it because, just the more things are, the more you keep it simple, the easier it will be for your eyes to, see it. And then quickly your mind registers and says, okay, this is an area I need to take a trade from, right? So with all the, all the indicators, I'm not bashing indicators, but when you got so much going on in your chart, you're waiting for this to happen to see if price is going to do this or whatever the case is, just waiting for all those different indicators to do certain things according to price. Then, following along with price, which they don't because most indicators are lagging behind, unless they're level 2 indicators, which are, like time and sales and things like that. But other than that, you most of your indicators like the RSI, ATR, and MACD, I'm not saying they don't help you if you're, trying to actually stay in a trend. They may work out in that sense, whatever the case is. But still, even then, by the time the markets actually maybe turn back around if you're looking to go long, you may have missed out on an opportunity, whatever the case is. So because you wait for that indicator to show you that, okay, the market is still pushing higher or whatever the case is, but then the market's really reversing, pushing to the downside. So not bashing indicators. I just want to talk about the tip I want to leave you with today, the trading tip that I want to leave you with today that allowed me to become financially free and be able to, kind of build success in a sense, whatever the case is. I'm not here trying to gloat or anything. I just want to see you guys just become just as successful and just, be able to have that financial freedom to be able to do what you want to do with your life, make your money, and then move on and enjoy your hobbies, right? Enjoy things that you love to do, and whether it's, you know, sitting down watching a movie with your family, or going to the bowling alley, or going to the movie theater, or, you know, going to dinner, or whatever the case is, or taking a vacation somewhere. You know, that's what we have. But we don't have much time, and the time that we do have, you know, we want to be able to enjoy it, okay? And not be so wrapped up every single day to where we look back at our life and say, man, I spent the last 30, 40 years of my life just working. You know, yeah, it makes you, it feels good, you know? It really feels good, but you're burnt out. You know, I say that all the time. You get burnt out, and then it's like, you know, if I can learn something today to be able to enjoy more of my life ahead of time, why not go ahead, why not learn it? You know, take the step and or take that leap and be able to move forward and enjoy life now versus having to enjoy it when, you know, 40 years down the road in your 60s and 70s, whatever the case is. And I'm not trying to bash anybody if you're on this channel and you're actually watching this video and you're 60 or 70 years old. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to bash anyone who has a 9-to-5 or works a job, whatever the case is. You know, hey, there's nothing wrong with that, you know, because, you know, you're probably watching this video because you're just trying to figure out, just as I did, a different path for life to take that can make things a little easier for you, right? So anyways, but supply and demand is where it's at. That's what I want to talk about today. Supply, demand. Yes, there are other tips that I can talk about and things, whatever the case is, but what has really turned my life around, what has really worked for me, is supply and demand. And if you don't know much about it, I'm not an educator, I'm not an instructor, but I'm sure you guys probably learn a lot through watching my videos, because I do talk about in detail my trades, and I talk about why I took that trade. And then people ask questions, and I don't mind answering questions when they ask about, you know, hey, why did you take a trade there, whatever the case is. You know, we all trade differently. We all trade at certain different levels, whatever the case is. So you may not trade the same levels I trade. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. You just have to be able to see it, and you see it, you know, then you take that trade, you know? How they say, trade what you see. So that's, you know, it is what it is. So yes, that's the tip I wanted to leave you with today. I just wanted, that's from my standpoint of how I trade and what has brought me to become profitable each and every day. So, you know, I always say that, you guys hear me from time to time in the videos, and pretty often I say, you know, you should be green each day, not red, you know, because that is the key. I mean, really, I mean, you don't want to be up and down like a yo-yo. One day you're profiting, and one day what you made yesterday is gone because you took a bad trade. So you should be able to, you know, find a consistent strategy to use that works to where you're making money in the market each and every day. So that's all I wanted to say today, guys. Is leave you with that. I wish everyone the rest of their weekend. Hope you know, even though today's Sunday, enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, we'll get to rock and rolling next week, and look forward to seeing you guys back in the Discord. And if you would like to join the Discord, all you have to do is find the link down in the description portion of the video below. The Discord is up. We got some great members. Everybody in the group is great. Solid members. And basically in the Discord, we converse. We converse and talk about levels we're trading from, levels that we're looking to trade from, question and answer type form. People ask questions. There's always answers, and people get involved in the Discord. So if you're interested in watching us, you know, talk about our trades and just, you know, becoming a part of a wholesome group of fellow like-minded traders, join the Discord today by finding the link to the Discord down in the description portion of this video and pretty much all the videos going forward. Okay? Thank you, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.